What's up YouTube? It's West Coast Caws, and today I'm bringing you a video on how to make Captain America. Start off with face template number 1. Find that it's very basic and it's easier to work with than most other templates. So go ahead and use that one. And the height, I make most of my superheroes 6'3". And we go into texture and color. Go ahead and choose the blue. And it's minus 45. And here I'll show you how metallic it'll look if you turn it all the way up. But we're going for a more material look, so it's minus 45. And here we go into the face, and we're going to go ahead and use designs, this triangular design to start off the cut in the mask for the jaw, the nose, the jaw, and the cheeks. And the color that I use for skin is 14, 108, 225. You can use this, or you can use any other color that you like. It's just this is the one that I like because it mimics the skin color a little bit better, and the game engine picks it up almost like skin color. And again, it's 14, 108, 225. Again, we go into designs. I'm going to go into the square, which is 111 of 144. Stretch it out horizontal and vertical until it encompasses his jaw, and you line it up with the other design so it looks like it's a cut in the mask. And once again, it's 14, 108, 225. Alright, from there we're going to go ahead and make the eyes. Again, take the circle 131 out of 144, put it underneath the eye, right underneath the eyebrow, and then you go ahead and turn it skin color 14, 108, 225. Again, you put another circle, stretch it out underneath the eyebrow, 108, 14, 108, 225. And we go to the 31 out of 33 for the eyebrows. That actually takes them off. There's no eyebrows. I use this triangular shape color design to give it a little bit of background for the A. If you put the A in there, just the white A, it doesn't really stand out. So I use that, and then I use the letter A. And here we go again with the design, the circle. We're going to make cutouts for his ears. You try to make it as best you can to make it look like his ears are popping out of his mask. And here's the other ear. And again, the color is 14, 108, 225 to make everything match up right. Next, we'll be making the winglets on the side of his head. As you've seen, I used the capital L, and from that one there, and then I take the I, capital I, and put it right underneath, stretch it out, make it a little bit thicker, put it underneath to kind of mimic one of the wings. And it's black. First color is black, second color is white. And then we go back into the same letter, the lettering style. You take the I again, capital I, and you put it underneath, this time a little bit shorter than the other one, so the length is not so long, and put it right underneath. There we go. And then the color is, first color is black, second color is white, default black, default white. Next one we're going to do is on his left side, and we're going to go ahead and use the F this time, the capital F. And again, stretch it out. Try to make it have that angle that the other letter has. And it's not going to be perfect, and it's not going to match 100%, but it'll be good enough to look like, you know, the winglet in his ears. Or you could use that horn that looks kind of like it more than likely would be for Flash's ear instead of Captain America's. But you're welcome to use that one also. It looks okay. I just like it to look a little bit more authentic, and even though they don't stick out, the winglets don't stick out, I think it looks a lot better than the horn that they have. It looks like Flash's horn. Right, and again, generic black first color, and generic white second color. And here I just put a little bit of I guess you could say eyeshadow on them. You don't have to do that. And here I'm putting the circle over the, I guess for lack of better terms, the nipple area to get rid of the dark color. It's 170, 0, 125 the color. It's blue. And we go in again to the circle. We cover it up again, just so it gives it that illusion of a skin tight costume instead of somebody having their skin turn blue. 170, 0, 125 for the color. Now we're going to go ahead and put in the star, and of course it's white. So you can position the star right up on top of his chest area. And then we're going to go ahead and start in the red, white, and blue stars and stripes area, which is right underneath his chest, and it goes pretty much all the way to the bottom, as far as you can go. If you go too far to the bottom, it'll shine on top of his neck. It'll pop out on top of his neck. And I just sped this up a little bit for you, but basically you get the idea. Just putting in, it's all white, basic white. And here we go, putting in one of the red stripes. I like to start right underneath the star, and it's 00255 red that we're going to use. I'm sorry, 00190. Or 180. As you can see, I switch it up a little bit, make everything up as I go along. Alright, here I'm speeding it up again, same color, just putting different stripes in. You want to try to space them out as best you can. Leave a lot of white and red, white, and blue. Here we go, almost finishing up, putting in the back area. And here we have the star. Yes, folks, he does have a star on his back. And this is basically you go to the arm section, you pick this arm sleeves, you put the sleeves in, you turn them white. Then this is 15 out of 32. It's the kind of like the Undertaker gloves. You put those on top. You switch them red to a red color. You can make them as dark or as light as you like. This is 00163 that I use. And there you go. It almost looks finished from the top. Now we're going to go into the trunks, and I like using this one even though it's dual color. I just go ahead and find that it goes all the way up to the midsection, and it kind of gets into that voided area where you can't put anything in, so it fills that up nicely. And the color is 170-080, and it's blue. And you're going to go ahead and do the same for the second color, 170-080. There we go. So now you see, you can't tell it was actually a dual color underwear. Then from there we're going to go ahead and make the belt. Now you can go ahead and put a generic belt on there. I don't really like to. I like to make it as authentic as I can. So we get the square again, 111, and we go ahead and make the cut for his belt. Now remember, you're going to go ahead and leave some spacing to make it look like the belt loops, and I'll show you that in a second. Right now I'm going to go ahead and make the buckle. Now you can make the buckle any color you like. I've seen it gray, I've seen them gold color. It's totally up to you. In this case I'm going to go ahead and make it gray. It's 0255 120 gray. And go back into designs, the square again. We're going to go ahead and stretch out the design, and again we're going to go ahead and leave a belt loop, a separation if you will, to make it look like a belt loop, like it's actually a belt going through his pants. And here we go on the other side. And again, you can use the belts that's provided to you, the belt types, but I find that they're not adequate. They don't look right, but it's up to you if you want to make it quicker. Now this caw can go online. I know that there's problems with caws that have paint tools and they won't load into a game or something like that, to a match, but you can get around that by just using designs. In this case this is all designs. Now here we go into the knee pads. I got these knee pads that go right underneath the knees. They're actually, I believe, Ric Flair's knee pads, and you just turn them red, and then you get the boots here. It's going to be 3, actually, never stop, 3 of 46, and what I do is I make them as dark as you can, as red as you can, to match the top, and it gives it that folded over look that Captain America's boots have. Here I'm putting some socks to get rid of that open spot that's on the back of the knee pads. You can see there. You can use as red as you like. I think I used 00115. The length was probably about 75, I believe. 72. Okay, and then just this, you don't have to do it, but I do it. I go ahead and put in some knee pad behind the knee pads, on top of the sock. I put in the design, and I just turn it red to kind of fill it in. You don't have to, but it works. And there you have it, folks. You have your very own Captain America, and you can make your other Avengers, and you can put them all together and have the Avengers team.